Welcome back, episode 3 of the Trade-Off Podcast. This is your weekly reminder to stop being a little bitch. This is Ryan, and I'm Alex, and we're going to chat about some stuff and see how it goes.
We are back for another episode. What is your take on this?
Oh, God.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
People moaning all the time. This is all I hear. So much of people moaning. I just think, to stop moaning. You don't realise how lucky you even are to be on this planet.
That's the main problem, that people don't actually understand how lucky they are. Just the chances of you being born are whatever.
1 in 400 trillion.
It's too many zeros for me. But the chances, and that's not even the chances of you being born where you are with the opportunities you have. Some people are born in places where they don't have the chance of them living past 5 or 10 is minimal. So to be born in a country like we've been blessed, is the country a bit of a shithole at the minute.
But
that's a whole different podcast.
We have good drainage. We can go to the shop and just buy some food.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember that being a negative person is going to affect every aspect of your life, which you see.
And everyone around you.
Yeah.
If you're a negative person, you're being out of order to your mates as well, because it spreads.
Yeah.
Infectious. Like a rotten apple. You start infecting everyone around you. But also on the flip side, if you're a positive person, you start to affect all the people around you with positivity. People might want to spend more time with you. More better things start happening in your life.
If you're a negative person, you'll soon find, right, that the positive people in your life start to spend less time with you. And instead you'll attract negative people.
No, this is exactly what happens, right? If you take a drug addict out of one town, so right, you're going to start a new life.
Yeah.
You get him 1,000 miles away in another town. Within a month, who's he going to be hanging around with?
Doggies.
Exactly. Stiff each other out, don't they?
Yeah.
It's fun each other. That's what these negative people are like.
Yeah,
you come here, let's get negative together. You all get drawn to one another. Yeah. It's exactly what happens, right? When your kid goes to school and then all the parents all sussing each other out. You get the group of the negative parents start to slowly attract to each other. Magnets. And then the more positive parents start to one another. And then you have different groups of parents. Exactly what happens. Negativity attracts positivity. So if you want a better life and you're being a negative person, you're not doing yourself a favour. And you're definitely being out of order to everyone around you. You're actually being quite selfish. Yeah. So you just sort that out. And also, being positive costs 0. Costs nothing at all. Being negative does cost you. It costs you hundreds of thousands, millions of pounds in missed potential opportunity.
100%.
It costs you missed friendships. It costs you missed relationships.
Missed enjoyment as well. Just experiences in life.
Being negative is expensive and people don't realise this. They're moaning.
If you're negative, people are not going to be all around you. And I think people forget how kind of lucky they are. Mm-hmm. This is from a trading point of view, right? People think, I try so hard and stuff as well, right? Mm-hmm. They don't understand. Take something into account, like prop firms. Yeah. Prop firms didn't fucking exist. There was no such thing. If you didn't have money to trade, you weren't trading. You were trading a £100 account, a £500 account.
And you were trying to flip it.
Exactly.
Which is hard because risk management is all over the place.
So when prop firms came up, it was great. It was such a positive. Mm-hmm. And now people are like, negative, a prop firm's going to be around forever.
I want to be funded in a week.
I want to be funded in a week. Bitch, they weren't even prop firms 10 years ago. Yeah. And you're moaning about, I want to be funded in a week.
That's the same with the automated trading system. Made it so easy for traders just to come in, build a strategy, start trading. Within a week, they're ready to go. There's people that have come to us which have been trying to trade for a year or two on their own, had no success, come with us, they're set up within a week, they're trading, right? But then some people, not all of them, they then want another step easier. So then they might be like, well, hang on a minute, can you not make this bit easier for me or that bit easier for me, even though we've already made the next step easier?
Spoon feeding them the whole thing.
So where this is going, it's about not forgetting what you come from, not forgetting what you had in comparison to what you have now. You know, so many of us need to be more grateful and show a bit more gratitude for the life that we have and the things that we have. But it's very hard to all of a sudden, it's just in human nature, we start to forget and not realise how good we actually have it.
I think a lot of people that haven't had to necessarily work from the ground up don't really understand or become grateful for kind of they do have, to really work for something. I'm grateful, like,
and you appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah, that's it. And just because you're grateful for something doesn't mean it's ideal. Doesn't mean that it's the perfect thing that you want. Mm-hmm. But it's also not the worst thing in the world. Like, I wish that I didn't have to get up in the morning and do stuff and get my kids ready for school and take them to school. Yeah, of course. Everyone would love to be able to just sit around for an hour in the morning.
Have a little lane. Yeah, wait for that alarm, wake you up at 5 a.m.
Exactly. But on the flip side, my dad never took me to school once. That's not me being negative about a relationship with my dad. Flipped into a positive. Say, I'm grateful that I have the ability to do that. Because I'm sure that my dad did want to take me to school.
And that is a great mindset shift. I'm actually really appreciative that I get the opportunity
Yeah,
to get to school. I'll get the opportunity to go to work and make money for my family, to put food on the table, and provide a man, which is what my role is. You need to flip that mindset, because
100%.
a lot of people are doing themselves an injustice and keeping themselves where they are because they're moaning and they're being negative. And when you're in a negative state, guess what? No matter how good something is, it just turns into a negative.
You become a victim.
That's what
as
you're
well.
looking for.
You become a victim mindset. Everything's someone else's
I
fault.
hate the victim mindset.
Everything's happened to
Why
me.
me?
You
Who
never-
else is it going to happen to?
Yeah, you
It
never
happens to everybody.
You never hear the word victim followed by a positive or, do you know what I mean? It's never a good thing. If it's a
Everybody's
victim.
going through something. Everyone just deals with it a little bit differently.
Yeah, and you can either
Make you or break you.
Yeah, depending on how you decide to how that to affect you, will spread into different aspects of your life. So,
Yeah.
we were talking before about not letting bad things affect what kind of goes on in your life, right? Especially with trading, right? I hear this all the time. Oh, I didn't trade today. I wasn't in the right mental space. Fucking ban up, right? Sorry to say that to people. People might be offended, but it's 2024, right?
No, seriously, yeah.
If you're a bit fucking
Just gotta crack on
grumpy
with it.
and you're too sad to sit in front of a chart, right? This ain't for you, right? You need to cross that threshold in your office or wherever you get your laptop out.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I have an office in my house.
I'm grateful that I have a laptop.
Yeah.
Got
Some
Wi-Fi.
people, because I appreciate
In a
some
warm
people
home.
are learning to trade in the living room where their missus is watching TV on full blast, their kids are throwing Lego at each other. This is just my house, right? And I've got an opportunity to go and sit in an office. Some people don't have that space in their house, right? But it gives me the opportunity to do that. If you can't leave your emotions at that door and decompartmentalize your house life and your work life to step in and make rational trading decisions, you should not be fucking trading until you've seen a psychiatrist. Because there's a problem, right? The same way that people come out from work and they go home and they just moan and moan.
Their boss, about their work
Everything.
colleagues, and now they're bringing their work life home and they're moaning to their family. What's that going to start doing to the wife and the kids? Start
Yeah.
bringing them down. And guess what? You're now programming your kids that when they go to work, when they're older, they then come home and start moaning to their wife. You're creating
even
this
about school.
horrible cycle, mate.
Or even about school, you know?
To be a man, you can't be weak.
Yeah.
You have to be stronger than your emotions.
victim mindsets.
Going home moaning to people about, oh, my boss done this. Well, go and be your own boss. Start a business.
But did you die?
But did you?
And I think it's important to remember, like, from a place where it's normal in the area we're from for people to finish work at, you know, the industry we're from, like the works and the construction industry.
Yeah.
They finish work at 2, 3 o'clock. They go to the pub. They have 5, 6 beers. They rock up at home half cut.
Yeah.
About their wife, argue with their wife, eat their dinner, go have a few more cans on the sofa, go to bed and repeat that process again a day.
Fall asleep on the sofa.
Yeah, sleep on the sofa. And then the same thing happens. All the blokes that are in their 40s and 50s end up spending more time in the pub. Why?
Yeah.
Because their wives have left them. Why? Because you're just miserable all the time. And then they sit there, victim mindset, oh, wife left me, she had an affair. I bet she did fuck someone else if you were that miserable. If you was moaning all the time, I bet she's like, fucking hell. I can't be putting out this, right? You've got to be bulletproof. Absolutely fucking bulletproof. And if you're not, you will not last.
You got to come home. You got to be the rock of your family.
Yeah.
If you're a family man, you got to be the rock of your life. You got
100%.
You got to smash. You just got to smash through. Oh, this happened today. Don't worry about it. I'm going to sort it out.
Yeah.
Done. Let's go.
All right.
Positivity, problems.
Solve it.
Right, this happened today. No worries. Right. How can we work around that? Let's go. There's always a best move that you can make every single time something happens. There is an absolute best move. You just got to figure out what the best move is before you act emotionally and impulsively.
Yeah.
Because that gets no annoyed, because then you say things you regret. And there's one thing you can't take back. That's the words that come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And you start creating a whole snowball of events.
Yeah.
Because you were stupid and couldn't handle your
100%.
emotions. Where really you should have just been a fucking man.
I think one of the strongest kind of attributes, right, and one of my strongest attributes that I feel, is not that I'm super intelligent, because I'm not, right? It's the fact that I will get stuff done. I know that I'll get something done somehow. Doesn't matter how it's going to get done. If there's a problem and it needs solving, I'll go, leave me. I'll sort it out. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I will find a way.
There's always a way.
I'll find other people, positive people. I'll find resources. Whatever it takes, I'll do. Whereas a lot of people, they blame others for the situation they're in, or, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. And that's the same with trading. If you can't be accountable, you know, take a bad trade. It's life, innit? We all take shit trades sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You can't wash your hands of that and start again, and you sit around being negative about it.
That tells me a lot about a person.
Yeah. Then it tells you whether someone's going to be successful long term, because you will have negative things happen all the time.
You're literally waking up every day, and not every day something's going to happen, but it's life. There's
Yeah,
a lot
100%.
of unknowns happening around you all the time. A lot of things out of your control. So you're going to be putting out fires. You got to be nimble, be able to move, be able to problem solve, be able to
Think on your feet.
have this fucking suit of armor on.
Yeah.
Yourself. That's how you got to be. Think on your feet, exactly that.
Yeah.
Wonder, when was the last time you thought to yourself, if I carry on the way I am, where am I going to be in 10 years?
Yeah.
I'm 35 now. So if I was maybe living a life that I'm not particularly too happy about, I'd think, right, if I carry on living every single day how I'm living it now, where am I going to be in 10 years' time?
Because 10 years,
Doesn't happen.
you think it doesn't. For those of you that are young watching this, right? They're 18, 19, 20,
For you
right?
to be 18, 19 forever, you're not going to
You will be 30 and it'll be gone.
Time
So,
gets us all.
the only thing you can't get back is time.
Make the most of every day. So if you're doing the same thing every single day and there's no progress being made, you're going to be on the same wage, you kind of got the same routine, you're not going to the gym. Most people are going to be fat in 10 years' time. That's a given.
Yeah.
Rather eating shit, drinking alcohol, and not going to the gym. You will 100% be fat in 10 years' time because the compound effect kicks in. So for the first 5 years, especially if you're in your 20s, your metabolism is going to be quite high still. You're going to get away with
That shit dies when you hit 30.
But as soon as you get to about 30, mate, and the compound effect kicks in from the alcohol, the takeaways, the shit eating, you're not really eating much fruit or veg, you're not really drinking much water, it's usually fizzy drinks and things like that, you're not going to stand a chance. And then you're going to be thinking, fucking hell, what's happened? Big belly, not looking particularly good, feel a bit shit about yourself, and now you're struggling and think, shit, now I need to start a diet, now I need to get in the
Now you've got
gym.
to work twice as hard.
Now you've got to work twice as hard.
Yeah. Much easier to maintain something than it is to build it.
Prevention instead
Yeah.
of cure, my friends.
Exactly.
Prevention instead of cure. And you can only act on things like this when you actually think ahead instead of just thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Idiot just thinks about tomorrow. Okay, what am I going to do tomorrow in my life? No, think about years ahead. If I carry on the way I am now for the next 10 years, where will I be in 10 years? If you don't know the answer to that question, this is how easy it is to figure out your life. Ready? If I keep doing the same thing every day that I'm doing now for 10 years, where will I be in 10 years? If you don't like that answer, you have to make a change. If you do like that answer,
Yeah.
fantastic. Carry the fuck on.
Yeah.
The world will move,
But
the waters will part.
another problem with that is most people aren't holding themselves accountable anyway. So even if they ask themselves that question, they're not going to give a real fucking answer. I'll be all right, I'll be here, things will work out. Things will not fucking just work out magically.
No.
No one ever just got rich magically, unless they won the lottery, obviously. But it just doesn't happen. You don't end up with your dream scenario by fucking accident, all right?
It takes work.
fucking wise up. Doesn't happen.
Everyone that became successful in their own right happened deliberately.
100%.
And most people that win the lottery, they end up fucking losing it all
Losing
anyway because their mind ain't capable of keeping that
They're
kind of
not,
money.
They're not financially literate.
They're not financially
Because they didn't put in the work to earn that money, to understand that if I lose it all, I can make it back through the same steps.
And then it goes.
That's it.
So guys, be appreciative, be a bit more positive. When something happens, just take a few seconds, digest the information, don't act impulsively with emotions because that is not going to get you anywhere at all. Think about it. Right, how can I flip this? Because there is a best move for me right now. What is that best move? Just think that. Right, this has happened. Just give me a second to think. What's the best move? And watch how different your life will change in just a matter of months. Because every single thing that you're doing now, you're looking for the best move. If you keep adding up all these best moves, what's going to happen? You're going to have the best life. That's all it takes.
You got to think about, I always think about the spiral of a toddler. Of when they go from happy to meltdown, right? It's because all of their choices
Unless some adults
are based on emotion, right? Can I have a snack? No. They'd rather go, well, why not? What time is dinner going to be? Do you think maybe that we could work out some way that I can have something to eat now because I'm actually quite hungry now, but I don't want to spoil dinner? They go, why not? And then they shout at you. It's just an emotional response.
And then tantrum.
Yeah, they're tantrum. And then they get to the point where it's complete meltdown and it's impossible to come back from. That's what people's lives do. But instead of doing it over 5 minutes like a toddler, happens over years. Bad choice, emotional decisions, one after the other, before they end up somewhere they can't come back from. And that's what you've got to think about. Don't make decisions based on emotion. Make them based upon facts. Make them based upon, you've got and the environment you're in. So you want to make sure that you're in a right environment. It's all a knock-on effect, isn't it? If you're in the right environment, surrounded by the right people, you're more likely to make the right decisions.
Which leads nicely onto the life that you're living now, while you're listening and watching this podcast. You actually created this world around you over the last X amount of years.
You're exactly where you're supposed to be based on the decisions that you've made. No one else.
So it's not something which has just happened like years and years of you making decisions and the way you lived your life has got you exactly to where you are now. And if you're the sort of person, well, no, actually, this happened to me.
Yeah, no.
Go all the way back to the root cause, reverse engineering, and it always comes back to you.
Yeah.
You have your own life. No one had a gun to your head, unfortunately.
And even if, them horrific things that happen in this world to people that don't deserve those things to happen to them, yeah? All sorts of things. But there's a point in which you might not be responsible for what happened to you, but you are 100% responsible for how you respond to it. If you're going to allow someone else to take away the power from you to have control over your own life because of something that happened, you've already lost. You let them win, right? If something terrible happens to you,
Yeah.
you can't dwell on it. And I know that's an easy thing to say because, you know, listen to this, might have had really bad life experiences.
Yeah.
But your life is not going to get any better from that point on if you don't do something about it.
Yeah.
Right? Take it with you as experience, use it as a fuel to drive you to what you want to be and what you want to do. But, you know, if you've got something that's like a fuel, you can either use it to like self forward, or if you use wrongly, it will just burn you to a crisp and that's it. You'll just be done.
And we're talking from life experience.
100%.
I was stabbed. I was left for dead on the side of the street.
Yeah.
With blood. Rushed into intensive care. Life-saving operation. And literally my whole world had changed overnight. Now I could have laid there and cried for weeks and months and done nothing about it. No, what did I do? I lay there in a hospital bed. I literally flipped my mindset, said, right, you can let this eat away at you from the inside out, or you say this is day one of me getting better. So what did I do? I went on Amazon, ordered some fucking bands, you know, this size bands, and as soon as I could start moving my arms, I literally, when I went back home, I just sat down like this because I couldn't move, so I had to have a sternotomy, and I just slowly just start bringing my arm, because I lost all sensation in my arm, start bringing it back, let's get to work.
Yeah.
Shift.
And not just that, also, the people that were around in that situation, right? Taking out the person that did the stabbing, the nasty guy, right?
The bad man.
He was running up and down the road, knocking on people's doors, banging on doors, trying to get someone to call an ambulance, help him. No one would answer the door because they have a negative mindset. Oh, not my problem, don't want to get involved, right? One person called over, helped him, and they're friends to this day. You know, that person gained another positive person in their circle.
Yeah, positive person. I think a part of my kind of influence inspired him to start his own business in the field that he was in.
Yeah, now
he has excelled, and he's earning like times what he was earning previously working for someone else, because he's now got his own business, he's got equipment, everything that he's doing. And yeah, guy. So you can turn any situation into a positive, even if it's not a nice one. The mindset that you have to overcome what happened to you is important. You can't change what has happened, but you have the mindset to overcome it. And just remember, guys, if you're listening to this podcast, watch this podcast, you're alive. That's good news.
Yeah.
You're alive. It's good news.
And you've got the internet.
Be thankful. And you've
got the internet, you can basically do fucking anything. Sell pictures of your feet if you want. You can make money anyway.
People do.
You can do. And make money.
Guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. Be grateful this week. We want to see some stuff in the comments. What do you want to see us chatting about? What do you see us talking about? Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and we see you next Wednesday.
See you later.